It's day 3. Normally, if it was Dominica, I would have said, okay, maybe West Indies are winning this. I mean, India are winning this rather. Sorry. I know. That's how impactful this entire week has been, because we've had 4 series overlapping.
Yeah.
The Emerging Asia Cup, and today the India versus Bangladesh women's series ended in the most dramatic of. It was made into a slow Bunsen burning thriller. Because our Indian batters decided, let's have the most epic of epic chokes.
Let's take it to the last ball.
The Dhoni template.
And what happened? It backfired. Tied. So, India women have ended their tour 2-1 series winners of the T20Is, but don't get flattered by that, because they really got out of jail in the second T20I when they managed only 95. And Bangladesh suffered a choke which saw them all out for 87. Third T20I, they lost, and here 1-1 the series ended. Questions will be asked. Whereas Emerging Asia Cup final is tomorrow, India versus Pakistan. And in the Ashes, it's happened. Rain. And can we just go to that other tab here where the Ashes is open?
Although whatever little action.
Just go down. What is the situation? Go down.
Whatever little.
Okay. Play is set to start at 2:45 local.
That's 7:15.
7:15 if there isn't any further rain. So it's one small window where they have gotten an opportunity
that
to
will
play.
basically be a inspection sort of thing.
No. Play is set to start. The inspection is done.
Okay.
Because Old Trafford is a quick drying ground as
Covers
well.
are coming off, so okay.
So
everything is done.
So let's see whether the test match will end today itself, because it's overcast conditions.
James Anderson would be licking his
and
lips.
Chris Wokes.
Broad.
Really. So let's see where that test match goes. But even the weather for tomorrow, Sunday, for the Ashes is similar. So a lot of rain dancing needs to be done from the Aussies. And here in Port of Spain, it's been a port of gain for the West Indies, because
and
now
port
they
of pain for India.
Port of pain for India, because 81 for 1, 86 for 1, trailing by 352 runs. Craig Brathwaite, 37. Kirk McKenzie's looked good, by the way.
37 of 128 balls, by the way. If you're talking about grinding out batting, you saw a definition of it last night.
And remember, this wicket now, I think, has eased off to a massive extent.
I mean, it wasn't the toughest of wickets to bat on to begin with, but you were definitely getting purchase. Yesterday, I didn't see the Indian spinners get much purchase.
I think they didn't allow that purchase to come because they bowled too full. Jadeja and Ashwin, I think they didn't allow. I mean, you saw the shot by Kirk McKenzie. It was in the slot. Ashwin normally doesn't overpitch the delivery that much, but he overpitched straight over his head for a 6.
Yeah, I think if they want to extract the purchase, it's not just also about the length, it's about the speed. I felt at times they were bowling too fast.
And Ashwin already is trying out variations.
He was trying his arm ball and carom ball yesterday. I'm like, really? You're bowling to a left-hander.
So that is why, if you look at it, they could easily negotiate the toughest of the situations that came down. The new ball that was there. So 41 overs and soft ball, the wicket already is, I think it's dead. It's like a shirt front. I think we are in for a day of toil. And we were all quite optimistic about a 4th day finish. I don't think that's happening.
Yesterday on the late night show, we were predicting that West Indies will lose at least 3 or 4 wickets. They lost one wicket. That's one wicket, and that too was down to West Indies. Tej Narain throwing his wicket away. It was a bad shot more than anything else.
Very bad shot. And remember, I think we can say that there were only 2-3 good balls that got wickets in this entire test match. I mean, Rohit Sharma, Jomel Warrican got a really good delivery. Ball. The one that got rid of Ajinkya Rahane, 151
fastest ball of the
So it beat him for pace. Gill, I would say, not more of a good ball. I think it was that technical judgment that was there. Kohli was run out. Yashasvi played a bad shot. Ishan Kishan played an even more woeful shot. I mean, less said about Ishan Kishan's shot, the better. Ravindra Jadeja, well, we'll be doing a special video on that Ravindra Jadeja incident, because a controversy erupted. The wrong graphic was shown. The wrong
ball.
The wrong ball.
Although, to be fair, they did clarify that even if the right ball was shown,
all that in the video.
Even if the right ball was shown, what?
He was
Watch the video.
Okay.
Watch the video, which will be done soon. Because it is a case of umpires getting away with it, but in a bigger tournament,
Oh, this would have been unforgivable, especially if it was actually not out on the original ball.
Exactly, and imagine if it was a semi-final or a final of a major ICC.
Uproar.
Yeah, imagine if this was the WTC final.
Yeah, I mean already the WTC final was there was a huge controversy over the catch that Cameron Green took.
Yeah.
And remember, we were all very split on it. We were. Two of us thought it was a good catch, others thought it maybe did brush the ground, and that's why. These kind of things, the umpires now have two major series coming up whether to pull up their socks. One is the Asia Cup. Remember, you could potentially have 3 India-Pakistan matches.
I mean, talking about catches, Joe Root yesterday.
That was a very bad claim.
That was a very bad claim. Very bold claim from England over there.
And remember, if you want to look at the Ashes, even Mitchell Starcs catch at Lords.
To be fair, I think at this point, a lot of these players, they think the umpires are so bad and they're not able to get conclusive stuff. Let's just appeal. You might just get lucky.
Yeah, I think the umpires are rattled by technology. They are not comfortable with it, and that's why when peak DRS came, there was no Simon Toffel as well. I mean, he was one of the best, but even technology had negated his skills also. You remember the semi-final of 2011, Ajmal bowling that absolutely brilliant delivery to Tendulkar. He was strapped plumb, but Hawkeye was showing way past leg stump. But then I felt that was can't be, man. It didn't spin that much. So,
but according to the technology, it did.
So in that way, and we welcome Harshit also. So don't worry, Harshit, the test isn't getting over today. You're going to see 2 to 3 days because
as I was at home watching the match, I was thinking to myself, okay, this isn't going to be one of those cases where I'll come back. First 2 days gone and the test match getting over the third day.
It happened with me last test. One test I came for, next 2 days off, and boom, test match done. Okay, back to normal.
This clearly looks like
the entire
distance.
Harshit's reverse jinx is working because in the Australia series, he was hardly there for 4 days out of the 12 test matches. He was off for the first 2 days in Nagpur. He came back.
No. He was off for the first 3 days.
3 days.
He had taken an extra off.
The test ended. He was off for the first 2 days in the Delhi test match. He came back for the third day, the match over in one session. Then Indore, he was off 2 days.
Third day.
The same match is over.
No, but then he ended up getting it back too because the one test he was there for full was the Ahmedabad, which was a terrible test match.
Exactly. So only
which wasn't actually a test. This was just 2 teams just deciding to have
boost your averages.
Net session. That's it.
Yep. So Harshit, for 4 days out of the 12 days of the entire Border Gavaskar Trophy was present. Today he will be present for the remaining 3 days because what I saw yesterday, I think this pitch has become a total short front.
It's
dead now.
Yep. And remember, if that is the case, I hope only one silver lining I hope for is the over rate is better because yesterday the over rate was appalling.
I mean, it was so bad that with 40 minutes left including the half an hour extension, they had like 20 overs to do. And I'm like, really?
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yep.
Because they didn't complete that because you can't go beyond 3 a.m.
Yes.
Thankfully, mercifully.
Yeah,
This was the IPL then.
Oh, yeah.
No, luckily we're not in the 2010 period because you could extend play by 1 hour in those playing conditions.
Now it's just half an hour.
Yeah.
Now it's just
thank God.
Thank goodness for that. I had given a suggestion to Nikhil yesterday.
Nikhil, I thought you had a suggestion for
ICC.
Not the worst idea in the world. Give some
I'm not
suggestions.
Usman Khwaja. Yeah. I had told.
No, you can give it a shot.
I asked Nikhil, I just got a.
You can write a letter.
To whom?
ICC?
No. I don't have that power.
Anyway,
see,
suggestion?
power begins right here at home.
No, that's charity.
Yeah, charity begins right at home. So I asked Nikhil, for all of us, for the sake of all of us, whenever we are doing a West Indies or a New Zealand series, it shouldn't be done in India. It should be done there.
That was a suggestion.
So that at least our sleep
All of us-
cycles.
All of us go there.
Make a
All of
temporary
us.
studio.
Temporary studio. If you're going for a test series in New Zealand, I mean, you have to come here by 2:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Because the test will begin at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
You will
Are we looking at New Zealand series though?
You're not looking at it until 2027.
At least.
Yeah. Because
we
New
have
Zealand
time
are coming to India.
To set it all up.
I think that's good reprieve.
Yeah. See, 2025 in New Zealand are coming to India for a 3-test series. So India are not going there. So West Indies, look at the timings. At least for the tests and the ODIs, and tests only for New Zealand.
I sort of
Posted
feel for
there.
us, all of us already, because tests still okay. we've got to manage ODIs. I don't know how we're going to do that.
3 ODIs.
And I really don't mind Siddharth getting off on ODIs, please. I really will not
It's
complain.
not in my hands. It's not in my hands. Because remember, Thursday, Saturday and Tuesday. These are your 3 dates.
The T20Is will still be fine.
Yeah. See, your T20Is will begin from 3rd August till 13th.
And 8 p.m. IST
8
is when
p.m.
it
It's your
starts, which is
IPL
good.
shift.
You
Yeah.
can live with that.
Up till like 11:30.
11:30, 12.
Oh, no,
And don't forget,
so 4 hours it may take for them to finish a
The
match. So
12
12
no,
o'clock.
don't forget, this is not IPL. So,
But these are the two representatives play the most number of IPL games.
no, that's also true.
So some of those negative factors can never ever go away.
No, actually, that would be true for the West Indies, but none of the West Indians who play IPL really play international cricket, sir.
Yeah, so yep, this test match, I mean, we are dreading the fact that, okay, what if it's a typical shirt front? You're going to see dark cricket and it will just be like how Ahmedabad was. So I'm dreading that doesn't happen though. But today it will be trial by spin. Ashwin and Jadeja are going to wheel away. But I hope that Mukesh Kumar has an extended spell today. He looked okay in the patches that he bowled. 4 overs, 1 for 10. So that is why we want a fight, but we also don't want dark kind of fighting. I
Yeah,
mean,
because this, to be fair, yesterday, and full credit to Brathwaite, Chandapal, even McKenzie for the way he was batting, but it didn't look like the pitch had any challenge in it whatsoever, or either that or the Indians were bowling poorly.
I think, with the new ball, because you see, once they got the new ball, the second new ball that West Indies took, they got a flurry of wickets then, and there was some trouble for the Indian batters there. I think we weren't penetrative enough, the Indian bowlers were penetrative enough with the new ball, and then, yeah,
But then you're still 39 overs away from the new ball.
yeah. But remember, apart from Siraj, Ashwin and Jadeja, your 2 other bowlers, there is a problem. I mean, Mukesh Kumar, it's his debut, so we can keep him sidelined for a bit, but Jaidev will not cut. I mean, okay, he can drive the runs up, but he's lacking penetration.
Also with Mukesh yesterday, he bowled 2 no balls, lest we forget. So
Okay, nerves.
With again, exactly, nerves, first test match, so
Yeah.
and that's fine, no balls, whatever. They don't really count in the format that we're talking
exactly,
about.
test match cricket, no one cares about. No?
Yeah, but Jaidev Unadkat's a big problem because a left armer, you would expect some swing, you may say chances being created.
Because of the angle, nothing.
Nothing. And average of 62, again, very, very surprising. He's a domestic giant when it comes to bowling.
Yeah.
He's led Saurashtra to multiple titles. Bowled in even tougher conditions than this.
Our man's there.
Yeah, he's
course.
been there. He's been there for the past few days.
Yes, Madan sir. And, well, I think he might be here for the ODIs or the T20Is.
That'll be fun.
That'll be real fun. So let's see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, Unadkat's bowled in tougher conditions in India. But here, I don't know, what's it with international? I think that's where, when you step up, maybe that's where that issue comes.
Plus, you have to forget he's not really someone who's young in that regard. He has a wealth of experience, which he, in theory, should be using.
I just feel, it's the only thing with Unadkat at the moment is his angle. I think, see, he doesn't have that extra pace that sets him apart.
No swing.
Exactly. The pitch isn't assisting any bowler, even to a bit, even to a small extent, let's say. So, it's not an ideal track for him to be bowling, let's say, because he's one of those bowlers who will need some sort of assistance from the pitch. He's not getting that. And it's a dead track anyway, as we spoke of earlier as well. So, it's going to be a hard grind for somebody like an Unadkat. Because again, he doesn't really have that X factor per se in such conditions.
But again, in Ranji cricket, he's bowled a lot in Ranji cricket. He'll not be getting any assistance of the pitch. I highly doubt. And it's not like he's not been effective over there.
Yeah,
That's what's
why it's very
baffling.
confounding. I mean, it's not that as if, okay, the consistent patterns Unadkat struggles on any kind of a wicket, but he's done well in India, where fast bowlers traditionally don't have that much of a purchase. But that's the thing. So, Brathwaite, McKenzie, Blackwood, Athanas, and until Holder, they have a decentish batting lineup. Until Jason Holder.
Yes.
Rest of the batting, if you look at Alzari, again, he can whack it and can get out. Kima Roach can hang in. I mean,
He'll defend at the very
he'll
least.
defend. Jomel, Shannon Gabriel,
And number
both,
11s.
bunnies with the bat. So, just they need to break this particular partnership. I mean,
Bunnies for
especially Brathwaite. Huh?
Money's for who?
That's a tough question.
Who in the Indian lineup is good at getting out tail enders? No one.
Siraj.
Siraj. Ash maybe?
Ashes.
One carom ball.
Not the quicks. I don't think the quicks have.
Maybe Siraj, but remember, India will have to monitor Siraj's workload also because I think he's in the ODI squad.
But he's not in the T20.
He's not in the T20. So he may get a break of 1 month.
Yeah, because he'll not play Ireland either.
He'll not play Ireland. So
He's not.
Oh no, Ireland you are sending pretty much a second
side.
string.
I think, see, for T20Is, I think you may have to take that call on Siraj during the South Africa tour.
Yeah.
Because now this is 8 T20Is that are going to play until the World Cup. You're not going to play any further T20Is after that. Then after the World Cup ends, you're going to play 8 in November, December. And then from January onwards, it's your T20 World Cup build-up year. Right?
Yeah, because build up half year. Because
January build-up quarter, I may say.
Yeah, because January, February, maybe March, then you have IPL and then you have the World Cup.
2-3 weeks of March. And basically, I think you may be playing 5 T20Is against England.
Wait, yeah.
So, yeah, 5 tests and 5 T20Is and I think 3 ODIs if I'm not mistaken. So, and then this 2024, you're going to have an extended IPL because you're going to play 94 games.
Wow. Okay.
So, your IPL is going to get bigger in 2024.
That's way too many games.
But that's the way, that's the demand that's coming from broadcasters, from all the stakeholders that are
fans
there.
as well.
I don't know.
I think fans are at the lower end of the spectrum, I mean. It's a broadcast driven thing.
Even if there's 94 games, there's still going to be jam-packed stadiums. So that's
people are going to watch. The TV ratings, the digital ratings will still be good.
Yep, and we saw how digital made a massive impact in IPL 2023.
Oh yeah, it did.
Because of the regionalization, the localization of the languages and the choice to switch.
And not just that, more importantly,
you change the angle as well.
Leave all that free.
Free to
biggest
air.
impact.
Yeah, free to air, 1 crore concurrence, man. I mean, madness.
I think on some occasions it went to
It went to 2, yeah.
Thanks to
MS.
I think it went to 3 also.
No, 2.3 if I'm not wrong was the highest.
2.38 was, I think,
the highest ever.
Yeah.
I think it was there when Dhoni hit those 2 sixes against LSG.
Yeah, Mark Wood.
Talking about Mark Wood, man, what a spell, what a hostile spell he bowled yesterday. And in these conditions, good luck to the Aussies. As I said, if there's no further rain, you are making it 2-2. I don't see Australia overhauling to
Let's just check the other tab because again, play is about to start in about 8 minutes time if I'm not wrong, unless it's rained again. No.
Okay, so 59 overs will be bowled today. Okay.
And provision to of course extend play by 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, so same by 11. It will happen by 11.
So wait, hold on. Tea will actually be coinciding today. Tea will coincide with like our lunch in a West Indies lunchtime.
Oh, 5 p.m. local. That means
that's 9:30.
Okay.
We don't do a tea, but
we do the end. But we hope that at tea Australia not bowled out.
Might be really.
Yeah,
might be. Don't
pray that they have not bowled out in that sense. So yeah, not looking good for Australia. I think England are heading into the Oval 2-2.
That's it. Still early, but I think they've gotten probably the biggest danger, which was Smith.
Yep. A bad shot though. So
as always.
But look at let me shift our attention to Trinidad because look at the number of runs scored in each session. The best session was day 1. I mean, if you look at session 1 was always been good. The rate has been good. The wickets have been very less at that period. It becomes slower and slower as the game progresses. And this is where I think India's bowling may be tested a whole lot. They may have to strike in the very first session today.
Would that be possible though? Because again, you'd remember roller option comes into play. They'd probably take a right roller and kind of just ease out the pitch enough to bat. And I don't think it was doing that much yesterday. So I think first session is going to be a bit of a slog unless India bowl out of their skins.
Yeah.
You need to be bowling out of
their skins.
A
lot of toil is loading for the Indian bowlers. If they get 1 wicket, then even I guess once you get your eye in, it's difficult to get dislodged. Because see, Jadeja also hung in there for over 150 plus balls. Got 61, looked comfortable.
Yeah.
And remember, he got probably an okay decision. Virat was run out. So none of the batters have played very bad shots to get out.
Correct.
The exception being Ishan Kishan and Yashasvi Jaiswal. But okay, Jaiswal was in that flow. I'll contrast these two. Okay, Yashasvi Jaiswal played a stroke on 57. Yet he found the keeper. The gully fielder, sorry. Athanas took the catch. But Athanas or Mackenzie? Mackenzie took the catch. What was Ishan Kishan's shot? he was totally at the crease, just steered it straight into the keeper's hands. I mean, you all thought that he got a reprieve, got dropped previous ball.
Yeah.
Didn't capitalize on it. 1 of 20 in Dominica, didn't get a chance to bat again. 25 very, I may say, scratchy runs.
Yeah, because he was, if I'm not wrong, there was another drop.
Shivam has
Right?
something to say.
It was T20 format shot.
It was a T20 format shot.
Actually, it was.
It is. I mean, he's hit the nail right on the head. I mean, what can you explain that kind of a shot? Would Rishabh Pant have done this?
No, he would have gone for the full-blooded shot if he had
You
to.
know, I don't quite think that way. I think Pant too would have poked it or, but again,
Maybe he would
that
have
was-
uppercut it or he would have knocked
But
it.
that was, let's say you would have expected, and he must have done that early in his days. These times, now he'll go for full-blooded
Exactly,
shots.
he'll go for it.
That wasn't full-blooded from Ishan.
Okay, let us talk like an Indian cricket fan now, okay? He's gotten 2 chances, Ishan Kishan. We all know that all the keepers who are going to be there, the likes of KS Bharat, Ishan Kishan, they are only a stopgap arrangement because
Pant is back.
Pant comes, maybe hopefully he comes by the England series, hopefully.
That's,
Because
I think,
already-
best case scenario.
I mean, Gargi, and Nikhil did the live yesterday about the fitness updates of all the players.
Yeah.
Pant was making a good recovery and he has already started keeping and batting.
Yeah.
that was
So-
surprising.
That was very surprising. Yeah, I mean, I honestly did not expect him to, even touch a bat for another 3-4 months. But he's already batting and keeping with the kind of, the knee injuries that he's had.
Yep.
Amazing.
The knee injury, and remember, he had to have 3 surgeries.
Yeah.
2, no?
2. It was supposed to be 3, but it turned out to be 2
it
because
was 2
Two
surgeries.
surgeries. 2 surgeries.
2 surgeries on the knee, and that too, it was in May, right? The surgery happened around May, June?
I don't remember when.
No, earlier.
Earlier,
March.
March.
Yeah.
March.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have waited 4 months.
One, in fact, I remember happened
In February.
mid-January.
Ah.
I remember one happened mid-January and the other happened in March.
So, okay, 4 months of recovery, and you have already started batting and keeping.
I mean, even if you consider the fact that it's probably only in like net and simulation situations, that's a very impressive recovery.
Improbable.
Yeah.
Can the improbable happen?
World Cup? No.
No, not happening. You can't
All
risk
we can
it
hope
like
for
that.
is the next World Cup. The
2024.
T20. Yes, the
But
T20
do you
World Cup
see
in
him-
24. That also will be very close to call.
No, do you see him starting with the 2024 World T20 not because of injury or other things? You know that his form in the T20 format has not been setting the stage on fire.
White ball, actually, he had struggled.
Except for ODIs, he hit that 100 against
In
England.
England.
But in
In
T20Is, yeah, but in T20Is, is Pant a full-time option?
I
would
think you
say-
won't be looking beyond him for now.
You'd still
You
give
will
him-
persist.
You were looking to persist with him even before the accident,
Yeah.
so I don't think
Yeah.
that's changing.
Yep, because he did play the Asia Cup, but DK was chosen ahead of him in the
World
World
Cup.
Cup. He played only, I think, 4 matches, DK. And I think in the Zimbabwe match, Pant came
Pant
back,
came
and
in,
in the
yeah.
semi-final he was picked. Which makes no sense. Which made no sense, honestly, because you should have persisted with Pant. And why? Australia, he would have had a decentish knock there. He has a great record in Australia, so a lot of problems in that sense.
Let's
So-
take a few comments since.
Yep. So, lot of debate around why on earth is
Why not?
why on earth is this test match suddenly petered out into something why the spinners have gone totally they have been nullified by it. Yeah, can we just
Okay, let's see.
Okay, Siddharth Sharma. Yes, even Siddharth Sharma was commenting quite a lot in our live when we did about women's cricket. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think the Indian women's team, some of the players are heading for the 100, right? That's going to happen, the 100 tournament.
They are.
The
2
bigger
of them.
Yeah.
Jemima and Smriti.
No, it's not Jemima. Jemima is already out, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, she's out of the 100 this
So
time.
Smriti and Harman then?
No, someone else also. I think Renuka is coming.
Is going to the 100?
I think so.
Wow. then
Okay,
that is-
interesting.
Okay, so he suggested steps because now I think another 2 months you don't have a series now for the India women's team.
Yeah, he's saying that South Africa
Yeah.
women's tour is 40 plus days
40
away now.
plus days. Steps to improve India women's cricket, okay? Why India women's didn't practice on similar tracks before the tour? Your question and your thing is as good as mine. I mean, Does anybody take women's cricket in India very seriously?
It's Richa Ghosh who's going.
Richa Ghosh and
Along with Harmanpreet and Smriti.
okay, so 3 Indians.
Yes.
I think Smriti plays for the Southern Braves, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And Harmanpreet Welsh.
Trent Rockets.
Trent Rockets. Okay, and I think Richa is playing for the Welsh Fire. I think.
Doesn't matter. In 2 years, this tournament will also go.
Oh yeah, Shane did that video on why the Vitality Blast and the 100 are in serious
Both
danger.
going down the.
Check
right?
that video out as well. Yeah, but why didn't India practice on similar tracks? I mean, what was the issue? There was 4 months
Of no cricket.
no cricket.
No.
You played the WPL, and after that you just gone into hibernation. There was no challenger cricket also which ensured that the players would play. Directly you're fitting him into Bangladesh. And South Africa tour is 40 plus days away. As I said, women's cricket as far as India is concerned, I think you still haven't reached that level of seriousness that you should. Because did anybody of us raise a big uproar when after COVID, when COVID was wrecking the world? We all were craving, oh, we want cricket, we want cricket to come. But the men's cricket came after 6 months, you may say, after the pandemic. When did the women's cricket begin in India?
2021.
After a full year. One short of 1 year.
And no domestic cricket as well.
No domestic cricket. Why was there no uproar at that point in time? Why? That's the problem. And here, suddenly, okay, this is Bangladesh we're talking about. That's why the uproar is much more. If it was Australia, England, South Africa, we would understand, okay, outdone by a better team.
Yeah.
But this is Bangladesh who struggle for relevance even in Asia when it comes to women's cricket.
Correct.
They might have won the Asia Cup T20 4 years back. But why? That's a very good question, Siddharth. I mean, I wish there was a sure shot solution for all this. But I think we are still not taking women's cricket in India very, very seriously, despite all the gains that they have done from 2017 till now. So that's the situation. And Dex is asking, Sij, Gargi, Shane and Harshit, talking about dominant test teams, why nobody talks about Graham Smith's essay, damn.
Even I was first reminded of Graham Swan.
Yeah, which didn't lose an away test series for 9 years, 2006 to 20.
22-year-old captain.
Yeah, and he was someone who people were raising doubts over. Say, how can you bring him in, have him make his debut as pretty much a captain?
But Dex, if I may add into that period of 2006 to 14, okay, yes, that South African team was legendary. I mean, look at that batting lineup, you look at that bowling lineup. You had Steyn, Mockle, Philander. I mean, that would have been like how the Aussies, the great Aussies of the 90s or the West Indies of the 80s would have been. Then in the batting, you had Du Plessis, you had Amla, you had Grant Smith
himself,
you had Elgar, then you had AB.
How can you forget AB?
Oh, AB was the difference maker.
Later, no?
Elgar came much later.
Yeah.
I think around 2006-07.
Yeah, but then I think he had spent time out of the setup also.
Yeah. But there was Amla, Du Plessis, De Villiers. Du Plessis around 2012 he came in. But yeah, I think one of the reason that I don't want to talk about that South African team is for 2 reasons. One, they didn't win a series at home to Australia. They lost in 2009, they lost in 2013. Although they won series in England and they won it in Australia for the first time. But somewhere down the line, and they didn't conquer the final frontier of India. Both the series that they played in India, it was 1-1. So, yeah, they were the last great, you may say, all-round team that you had.
A lot of people pointing out Callis as well. How can we forget?
How can you forget?
Callis.
How can we forget the man, the myth, the legend?
Callis, I will just add, he was a one-man army. Even if you put 10 or 11 against Callis, he would still be one of the greatest ever. I mean, in this modern era, I think Callis is the gold standard.
If you have, let's say, of the last 3 decades, or let's say the all-time, Test 11 as well, I think it'll be impossible to miss Callis over there.
ODIs too.
Yeah, I mean,
his numbers are next level.
Exceptional numbers.
Yeah, I mean, Callis, 292 wickets, 13,000 runs. I think no one is beating that also.
And by the way, this is in an era where workload management wasn't a thing, and he was a big, burly, strapping lad. It's not like he was someone who was lightly built or anything. So,
and an all-round player.
He batted well, bowled well, fielded well. Nothing he didn't
and
do.
also conditions, any condition.
Yeah. Of course.
Spinning conditions, no
No
problem.
problem.
Pacey conditions, no problem. I'll still bat. And he had a classical stance. And the drives, the pull shots, the lofted
He
shots.
had all the shots in the book.
Hey.
Yeah. Sweep shot. I mean, I will never forget how he's employed the sweep shot against Muralidharan to dent Sri Lanka. That was great. So, Mr. Fact, sir, what happened to Kuldeep Yadav in Test cricket? He has a good record in Test. That is the problem. India seemed to drop Kuldeep Yadav when he takes a 5-wicket haul. So
And last time he took an 8-wicket haul, so
Yeah.
chucked away.
Gone.
It happened with Pragyan Oja also.
No, but at least with
Ten-
the
Pragyan still got a much
10.
fairer shake of
Yeah.
things in Test cricket.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. We have to tell Kuldeep, don't take 5-wicket hauls. You'll get an extended run in the Indian cricket team. He took a 5-wicket haul in Sydney, never played for about a year or so. He took a 5-wicket haul in Mirpur. Where is he now? Nowhere.
Not even in the squad right now, which is.
I mean, what wrong did Kuldeep Yadav and Yajuvendra Chahal do? What wrong did Yajuvendra Chahal do that he could not even be picked in one match in both the T20 World Cups of 21 and 22?
21-22.
What wrong did he do?
21, wasn't he dropped from the squad?
He wasn't even in the squad.
Which is
Varun.
even more baffling when you think.
Chakravarti was
Varun and Deepak Chahar.
Yeah. Rahul Chahal.
Rahul, sorry.
Yeah.
Rahul.
Rahul,
I
yeah.
forgot. Yeah.
So Dexus Gargi, he's saying that your batting stance is like Aiden Markram.
Okay.
I'll tell you, we'll
We
thanks
had
for
cricket
that.
here yesterday something?
I mean, Gargi had uploaded a.
Day before I was playing and took a
Yeah.
video, posted it.
You can
Wasn't
see
it match before, day
uh,
before?
I don't know, everything's a blur.
you can see that our Sports Today, one of the sheets is torn because of Gargi's cut shot.
No, that's a lie.
This is ratted around shamelessly.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. But I am praising the shot. It was a good cut shot, enough to knock off the sheets.
Mr. Fact, correct. Callis was also key to KKR winning to IPLs. Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Very key at the top of the order.
I would say.
In 2012, he was your first
20.
choice opener. Him and Gambhir.
I am whitewashing 2012. That
Of
didn't-
course you
That
were.
year didn't exist. Like how KKR would whitewash 2021. na?
Yeah, I'm whitewashing that. Didn't
Yeah.
exist.
2014, yes, I'll admit it was one of the
That
best
was a
wins.
very good KKR side.
Yeah, but I think I would rate the 2012 win as the
Higher,
highest.
obviously, because you beat CSK in their home ground, stopped them from
Yeah.
doing a three-peat. Of
Yeah,
course.
You would. So, okay, Mayank Taplial is like saying, and I've told him, don't ask questions like a railway announcer. Keeps on, keeps on doing it. Which cricket board, according to you all, will first announce the end of its international participation? As you may probably be the last generation to see international cricket, his point is not
Not entirely off the mark.
Yeah.
because see, we are seeing the proliferation of the leagues. From 2024 onwards, there's a dedicated window for each of the leagues. The ILT20, SA20, and already we are seeing that SA20, it almost cost them South Africa direct qualification for the World Cup
Correct.
in January.
And by the way, they haven't learned from that because they're trying to pull out of the series against New Zealand.
So, yeah, I think which of the teams, if you look at this as an entity, maybe in the next 4 to 5 years, maybe the West Indies,
Yeah, could be.
followed by South Africa. Because South Africa needs the money to come. And remember, they are also teetering. And I will say West Indies first, South Africa, shock horror, Sri Lanka.
Yeah, South Africa, I think, also in trouble. You know why? If you look at their red ball team, they play without a sponsor.
Yeah.
There's no jersey sponsor. But the white ball teams are sponsors. This is pointless.
But then I think more than the money factor, I think you remember that Cricket South Africa came under government administration.
Yeah.
That
Because
was
there
the
was a big
biggest
problem,
hit, yeah.
and that is why ICC had to
Yeah.
suspend Cricket South Africa for a certain period of time. Although now there is.
Only in 91 that they came back then, right?
No. Yeah.
Yep, they did. So that's why I will say in this order, Mayank Taplial, it will be West Indies first, South Africa, and then Sri Lanka. Because the economic situation and the board situation in Sri Lanka is absolutely woeful. The Asia Cup might inject a bit of cash into them, but then after that, what? I'm not counting the likes of Zimbabwe, Ireland, Afghanistan. I'm not counting them because they're
Ireland-
already
Ireland
on
I
the,
feel bad for.
on the edge.
Ireland, I feel bad for. You give them test status and no one wants to play tests against them.
Exactly.
England will do them a favor by playing a one-off here.
One-off.
That's it.
Yep.
Afghanistan, so even there, no one really likes playing them against in test cricket either. So.
But at least Ireland have their own country where they can play. But in the case of Afghanistan, they don't even have a own home venue to call off. They played their first test in Lucknow. That was their home venue.
Well, they were practicing in the build-up to that full membership, permanent status. They were practicing here in Greater Noida.
Yeah, Greater Noida, yes. I remember Rashid
Sad
Khan
state.
doing well. How do you guys when it comes to football? Callus is like the Ruud Gullit of cricket.
Yeah, Ruud Gullit was also like an all-rounder type. He was someone who could. He was a very complete player, also a very good manager.
Manager, yes. Ajax, right?
No, Gullit, if I'm not wrong, managed Chelsea for a while. He was a player manager.
Player,
I don't remember. Yeah, it was probably Ajax, then AC Milan.
Then AC Milan. Okay. And he managed Chelsea.
Yeah, but he's a player manager towards the end of his career.
Did he coin the total football?
No, that was Cruyff.
Johan
Johan
Cruyff. Okay, so that was Johan Cruyff. Okay. Then.
Go up slightly.
Why again?
Let's do live chat here.
Yeah.
Better? Yeah, slightly higher.
Higher.
Upar,
Yes.
upar.
Harsha is saying Andrew Flintoff versus Jack Callis, which was better.
Oh,
Definitely.
Callis.
Miles ahead of Callis.
Yeah. Flintoff doesn't come in that
Yeah,
conversation.
Flintoff was all about those 2-3 years, let's say, when it was
Injuries really did him in.
Yeah.
Injuries were a big problem.
He really peaked, let's say, between
2005 and 8.
That's it. But
Yeah.
Callis is miles ahead.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I will say the 3 greatest all-rounders ever.
Singularity, it seems, yes.
So singularity from the UK is like saying there are all-rounders who leave stats behind and there are those who leave memories behind. While Callis has left stats behind, Stokes leaves memories that are singed in your brain forever.
No, agreed. I mean, he's played so many match-winning knocks. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
Already, yeah.
That's the problem. With Stokes, his stats don't look great. But match-winner, man.
Impact.
Clutch.
Impact
Clutch
that
player.
he's had. That's what.
He's
makes the
played
difference.
2 match-winning knocks in 2 World Cup finals. And
Doesn't get as bigger.
And Headingley, I'm sorry, they had no right winning that match. 2019 Headingley, England had no right winning that match.
Even he almost did it at Lords also.
Exactly,
Just
they
got a
could have
couple of
been.
weeks back.
Exactly, he almost did the same thing at Lords.
Yeah.
So,
And even that knock that he played at Headingley 2023 ensured that England's collateral damage was limited.
exactly.
So
Yeah, Stokes is definitely in the conversation when it comes to impact. Numbers, yeah, he's a bit underwhelming, and that's true across formats. But
Yeah.
man, no one has the kind of impact. Match winning. And again, someone who, by the way, if we were talking about Stuart Broad, lest we forget that Ben Stokes was the man who lost England the 2016 World Cup.
Yeah.
From there to have won them 2 World Cups.
and that too in the
4
manner
sixes.
by Carlos Brathwaite.
Remember the name?
At Eden. I mean, to bounce back from that takes
Immense mental fortitude.
Yep. So yeah, Callis, the only thing, he never gave South Africa a major title, but yeah, he played a big role in the 1998 triumph. That way, yes, the only trophy that South Africa won was thanks to Callis and the entire South African unit chipping in. But in 99, yes, he got undone by Shane Warne in that semi-final. But
That's saying much. I mean, everyone has been undone by Shane Warne at some point.
yeah, but Callis, credit to him, bowled 10 overs, conceded 27. He had a stomach muscle strain, and yet scored a 50.
Wow.
Almost got South Africa through, but that was the genius of that Australian team.
I think we're about to reach the start of day's play. Yeah.
Yep.
Any predictions? Do we see any wickets falling? I don't.
I
But
was-
of course, I've always been very wrong through my predictions throughout this test. So
I think-
Crucial half hour.
no, it's not going to be crucial.
I think
I think we're looking for a different word.
Yeah.
I do see 3 wickets, let's say, for India, yeah.
In the session or
In
throughout
the
the
first
day?
session.
I mean, if you look
You
at
find
it,
it so hopeless, yeah.
because day 1 you've seen only 4 wickets, day 2 you've seen only 6 wickets.
Actually, this pitch has not had like for
7
all
wickets,
the
sorry.
for all the talk about it being a turning track. Yesterday, I saw none of that. So let's see.
Yeah.
Who knows? I think maybe a couple of wickets at most.
Yeah,
if
I
it's two.
say 2 wickets in the first
Two?
session
Two.
as well.
Yeah.
You know what that means, right?
I
Day 5, here we come.
Yeah. Monday.
I've gone for 3 just because I don't want there to there be a 5th
Yeah.
day.
We'd hope.
See, anyway, for Shane and Gargi, it's their last day when it comes to this test match, because even it's day 5, you guys are gonna enjoy your much deserved break.
One last thing I'll take. Sai, yes, you can expect the Odisha FC review soon. It will be coming your way. I've done a couple. I've done Mohun Bagan and East Bengal. Odisha FC was in fact the next club I had in mind. So I actually like a lot of their signings, by the way.
Yep. Prabal Rai, I don't think Ashwin is the best off spinner in this generation. Ouch. Nathan Lyon is better because if he played in India under this kind of, he would have taken more wickets, but isn't he already taking truckloads of wickets.
But
in
actually,
India.
I mean, to be fair, imagine Nathan Lyon, if you called him maybe, I don't know, Nathinder Singh Leon, who's playing for India, and bowling on the kind of dust balls that.
See, when I consider Ashwin and Lyon, I've always said, you can go back to even past conversations also, I've rated Lyon better than Ashwin.
Yeah, because the conditions which he had to
yeah.
operate.
And in Sena country,
His record's next level.
next level. I mean, you look at it in England, he won you a couple, and his absence is
He's
what
being
is,
felt really badly right now.
Yeah.
and that is the reason why England are going to make it 2-2. That's the thing. And
Right? Players are coming out.
yep,
Yeah.
sunny conditions at Trinidad, Port of Spain. We had said 40% chances were there on day 3, 4, and 5, but the rain I think will not happen. Brathwaite and Kirk, Mackenzie, they are there. So, yeah, Mr. Fact, even I am also worried about PV Sindhu's form. I mean, she's just not stepped up to the mark in 2023. That foot fracture that she had.
Yeah, I was going to say, she's been underwhelming ever since she came back from post the Commonwealth Games victory.
Yeah, Commonwealth Games was the best, but then stress fracture happened. That's why she pulled out
Wasn't
of the.
there a knee injury as well? I think a year or so ago.
No, knee.
There was a stress fracture on her foot.
That I know, but before
Knee
that,
injury, I think you're mistaken with Saina Nehwal.
Yeah, Saina had a knee injury.
Saina had a chronic knee
no,
injury.
no. I'm just messing up the injuries. That's all.
Maybe, no. It was a stress fracture which forced her to miss the World Championships. Then when she came back, I think she, out of the 12 tournaments, I think she's only been part of the knockouts twice.
Yikes.
Final Madrid, she lost to Gabriela Tunjung 21-8. Yikes, that was a bad loss. And Asian Games, remember, she's up against even tougher opponents. So her chances of winning a medal in the Asiad also this time
Would look
seems
tough.
very tough. Because remember, Asian Games, you're going to see the likes of Go Fengzhe, you're going to see Tai Zuyin, all of them. And as you know, Tai Zuyin and PV Sindhu, that head-to-head
There's
record.
two, even Taizu and for that matter even Akane Yamaguchi really struggles
Yamaguchi,
against her.
Yes. There's also Nozomi Okuhara where they've had seesaw battles in the past, Sindhu and Okuhara. So that's
Anyway.
about it. So yes,
That should be it.
that should be it. We'll be back with more and more videos today. Shane's going to do an ISL one. I'll come back with a explainer on the Jadeja bit. And yeah, sportsmen, fingers crossed that Satvik Sairaj, Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty win Korea Open tomorrow.
Maybe you can channel some of that smash energy.
He had one more 500 kmph smash.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Satvik, I mean, 500 kmph.
Madness.
Oof.
Anyway, we guys will see you now for the next session.
Yep, which will be, and we'll also be keeping a close eye on the Ashes also.
Yeah.
Bye bye. See you from me, Harshit, Gargi, and Shane.